What is up, guys? It's your boy Smalls, back with Thoughts from the Bench. Back on the Vault, the weekly show that takes a look back at some of the best and worst jerseys in sports. With me, as always, my guy, my main man, the homie, the greatest of all time, Mr. Benny Buckets. How's it going, man?
Thank you. Hey, listen, I'm just one of the Hardy Boys, okay? We're the greatest tag team together, all right? Coming to you from a different studio this week. We are not at my house. I'm in my girlfriend's house, so please excuse the vines here. But hey, we're making it all work. And today is going to be an ass-packed episode, and I am fucking stoked, dude. How are you doing?
Dude, I'm doing great. Got the Pit Vipers out for the season finale. Had to. Got wearing the Red Sox, the Red Sox jersey that I revealed this past week, revealing this on the show for the first time. Pumped about that season finale, man. It just doesn't get any better than this. Benny, before we get started, thank you for coming along on this ride with me. You know,
hey, the thanks goes all to you, man, for letting me be a part of this. This is, part of what I look forward to every week, and now I'm looking forward to after tonight next season. So the fact that we've been able to keep this steamroller, full steam ahead is awesome. I think we've done even better than we thought we would, and really it's there's no ceiling for us. We can keep going up, and I think we've already went up quite a bit already. So I'm stoked to see what the show has in store for you and me, and what we have in store for the viewers. And I think that we got a good thing going, man. Seriously.
Yep. No, it's kind of cool just seeing this thing start, as a blog, 2 years ago, and just making it something a little more real with a little more substance. Couldn't have done it without you. So,
you could have. Happy you didn't, so that I get to be a part of it. Yeah. But I appreciate it, man.
Before we move on, though, we're not gonna do a whole recap of season 1, but I gotta ask, what was your favorite moment of the show so far? Putting you on the spot.
Is it bad that my favorite moment technically didn't happen on the show?
Okay, no, go for it. Yeah, explain.
Okay, because honestly, I think when we were shooting the commercial for the pirate episode commercial, like, I promise you, like, there are times in Smalls, I know we can both vouch for this. This is just part of putting on a show. There are times where, like, we fake laugh, or like we chalk something up, whether it be for a guest or even for each other. Like it's to, for the personality of the show. But there are times we genuinely get like a real pop out of each other. And that's my favorite thing in the world. And I think, like, the fact that you and I couldn't get through the sea wolf scene in our commercial, literally, like, we took that, I mean, like, without exaggerating, probably 7 or 8 times, like, that specific scene. And it was just like us just laughing, but knowing that, like, that's what makes the show awesome, is that, like, kind of a point where I was like, dude, like, this is fucking sick that we're doing what we're doing, because we're genuinely friends who are doing this show where it's genuinely like, yes, there are topics and there's a little bit of structure, and sometimes we had guests in, but it's literally me and you just having a conversation and people watching. And I think it was like, that was the moment. I had already realized that I loved what we were doing, but it was like, then I was like, dude, like, I'm genuinely having fun doing this. And so I feel like that's probably my favorite moment, though. But what about you?
Throwing it back a little bit, I think it was when we were doing, I want to say it was when we were doing the minor league baseball episode, and you were talking about wanting to be the Montgomery Biscuits mascot. And I pulled up their actual mascot, which wasn't the biscuit. It was like that Sesame Street looking elephant thing. Yeah. And like the genuine, like, shock and laughter in that moment was like, that was kind of when I was like, all right, I think we have something good here, because like,
I think because that was like mid-episode, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was like in the middle where you and I typically go over everything. And so like the pictures of like the uniforms themselves at the beginning, we know what to expect and what's coming. But because you just dragged that out of nowhere, like that was a genuine pop. Like that reaction was as pure as I can. Because some of the stuff, like I understand, like people might think like, oh, well, they scripted that, they played for that to happen. Like that was one of those moments that 100% was natural. And like, it was just, I think, because we both were like, what the fuck is this? So I love that type of stuff, like where you and I are just dumbfounded by stuff we find in the sports world. So, I mean, but that's what makes the show great, is I think we have a very natural take to it. And it's literally us just either reminiscing, making fun of shit, or just literally being fans and having a drink and talking about sports. So, And I mean, I think that's why I love Thoughts on the Bench in general, is because that's pretty much everything we do is around that type of culture. But I think that you and I have done it very well here, definitely through this first season. And I'm looking super pumped, looking super forward, and I'm pumped to be able to carry that on into the second season. So, yeah, man, it's been a good ride, dude. Yep. I'm super thankful to be a part of it, and I'm excited to be a part of it moving on.
Yep, no, it's something we're definitely proud of. Ben, you're finally joining me and taking a drink tonight. So what do you got?
So this is to the rest of my Office fans. If you follow the life of Michael Scott quite closely, you will know that he has a beer sign for one St. Pauli girl. So this one goes out to Michael Scott. Cheers, buddy. What about you, man? What are you drinking?
I'm throwing it back, and it's just because I had it in the fridge. I'm going Natty Light tonight. Natty
Light with the eagle on
it. Oh yeah. I figured I had the American Pit Vipers on. I had to go 100%, 100, like full grain USA tonight. Yep.
It's a must.
All right, so Benny, I'm not gonna pour this. Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, Ben, you want to tell the people what tonight's topic is brought to you by?
Hey, listen, we got to go out with a bang, okay? We got to make this a big lift and payoff here for Marshall Fitness. Okay, Marshall Fitness, we do want to say a quick thank you, Will, for everything that you've done for the show, for sharing our content, for being a partnership with us. You've been awesome. And if you haven't been paying attention up until this episode, let me tell you what Marshall Fitness is all about. Marshall Fitness is your go-to fitness planning pal by Will Marshall, who's a great friend of the show. Him and Smalls go way back, and I've grown a friendship through his sponsorship of the show. This guy knows his stuff. He was a D1 keeper. Now he trains keepers for the Pittsburgh motherfucking Riverhounds, okay? If you want to get fit, this is the guy to ask. He will schedule you around your schedule, not his. He will fit you in based on your needs, okay? He is going to be able to get you to your fitness goals based on what you need. He's not just going to look at you and throw something at you. You tell him what you need, and he's going to build a plan around you because he's that dedicated. You will also be able to follow yourself and track your progress through the MyFitnessPal app, and will send you nutrition plans and workout plans based on when you can do what you can do. Okay, he is the guy to go to. All right, and don't wait. Don't be a fat ass like me. Be a hard ass like Smalls. Contact Will. The time to start is right now. Will Marshall will change your fucking life. Marshall Fitness, thanks for everything.
I fucking love the enthusiasm right there.
I'm all about it, dude. I am like oddly excited, and it's a shame because we are ending the season. So like I'm not stoked for that per se, but like I'm just there's a lot of reminiscence and happiness around us doing this season. So and I mean what is this, 33, 34 episodes?
32.
Okay, 32 in season 1. It's a pretty long fucking season. Okay, so but I'm very happy with what we've done, and I'm looking super forward to come back. And just so everybody knows, this is not the end of the show. This is literally just end of season 1. Season 2 will be coming back at you, and we will post updates for that.
Yep. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it's fucking coming back. So, so the way that we wanted to end season 1, if you haven't noticed, me and Ben, we go on tangents. We go all over the place, even though for the most part we try to stick to one topic each week. We kind of wanted to embrace that this week, which is what I think makes the vault great as it is. Like, it's literally just us talking about sports off the cuff a lot of times, and like that's why I decided to go with Natty Light tonight instead of like going with some crazy drink. I just want to be with the boys talking sports, and what better way to do that than just literally having an anything goes episode.
Yes, sir. Hey, listen, we pretty much do almost anything goes anyway, but the fact that it's like absolutely free reign, we're not really getting back on schedule or anything like this. This is the personality of the show, no holds bar. You know what I mean? This is just, we are going to hit on so many different types of things tonight that this will culminate everything that we've done throughout the year. So, I hope everybody enjoys. I know for goddamn sure that you and I are going to. So let's jump into it, bro.
Yep. All right. We got first one. What do you got?
Hey, this is a classic. I'm still a little pissed at, I can't remember what they're called, old school hoops jerseys or something like that. I ordered one of these, never got it. Okay. So little salty on that, but this is a 1998 Atlanta Hawks classic. Okay. This was one, I don't know the guy pictured, but the great Steve Smith, Hawks legend, was there, and Christian Laettner actually wore these jerseys while he was with the Atlanta Hawks. I love this. This is 90s to its purest form. The fading colors, the giant cartoon logo of the Hawk holding the basketball. Right. This is what we want. Smalls and I are huge into the cartoony logos, and this is like the precipice of it. Not only is that on the front, those wings do extend to the back of the jersey. If you turn that jersey around, there's still like the wing tips at the end that kind of cuddle in that jersey number on the back. These are just awesome to me, and they flow into the shorts. And it's funny because that like real fadey color thing is kind of coming back into the NBA with City Edition jerseys or retro jerseys and things like that. But this is one of my all-time favorites of the 90s. Like, to me, this is up there with the Jazz and the Bucks and like those 90s classic jerseys, the Raptors, things like that, where it's got that cartoony feel, but it still kind of looks hard. Like, I would wear this today, which is why I tried to fucking buy one. But to me, watching these guys fly down the court and just attack you with the ball and make sure they got a talon-like grip while they're slamming it in there. Like, that is the type of shit that I'm looking for in 90s basketball, and this is the precipice of it. I love these.
Yeah, no, hey, you hit on all of it, honestly. The cartoony logo, kind of the gradient look that is tacky, like Microsoft Paint sort of looking colors, but like...
Yeah. Mouse a lot.
Yeah, but like at the same time though, like this is what we love about the 90s NBA. We've touched on it before. Like this is the epitome of it. That like this is it's bad, but in like the best way possible. Like it's not necessarily bad. It's just in all, like, by all logic, this should be considered bad, but it's not, because it looks great. It's very, what word am I looking for here? Like, shit. See, I'm trying to get it out right now.
Was shit the word?
No.
Okay.
No. Nostalgic. I don't know why I couldn't get that out, but yeah, no, just very nostalgic, very, like Benny said, just super 90s. And I mean, what a way to start off, this episode, where we're going to touch on literally any sport, any era, any theme. So it's a great way to start off, though.
Roots, is like, this is really where you and I started picking up the conversation of like the shit that's so bad it's good that we like. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was a good place to start. So, what do you got for me for your number one?
All right, so I'm gonna go with something a little newer.
Okay.
But it was worn actually just a few days ago. So Tampa Bay Rays actually came out a few days ago and came out onto the field with their throwback Devil Rays jerseys that basically paid homage to the franchise's origins. Like the Devil, they used to be the Devil Rays. Now they're just the Rays. But I really like the old colors here. They kind of pop a little bit. The old logo was awesome, and it was also just kind of simple. They didn't try to reinvent the wheel or anything, but they also kind of look super 90s at the same time, just with the colors themselves. So I think they hit it out of the park with this one.
This is unorthodox from what I was expecting from you, but I'm very proud because I do like these a lot. Like, and oddly enough, something that I've found out is that I oddly enough have like a weird affinity for white uniforms, and I think having a all white, and then we also have ones that are like all black, that I, because when they're solid, one of those two basic colors, the colors that they add into it really do pop even more. Because like, say if that was a blue jersey, those wouldn't really pop as well. Like, I think it coming off of a white or a black background really shows you like the color levels of everything. And that the logo was awesome with that Ray swooping underneath, and I think the Devil Rays was just cooler than the Rays. I know a couple guys named Ray, but like the Devil Rays sounds way cooler than, like, I'm thinking like the Tampa Bay Ray Charles, like that's like where my mind goes. It's kind of like well, that would have been a horrible transition, but I'm just, Devil Rays just sounds better. And I think that for the aesthetic of it, it looks better. You know what I mean? Yep. So, because if I just say Rays, I don't think I'd like it as much as what they've put all together. And I think, honestly, like, we talk about jerseys being clean. This is a clean jersey. Yeah.
No, very clean. It's not cream, but like, we can't say cream is clean, but it's pretty close. It has like that same effect though, where it's just all white, and they just brought the logo back, which is awesome. Super 90s looking.
This is more of a pristine than a cream, but definitely wasn't expecting you to put anything from present day, but this is worthy. Like, this is a surprise for me. And also, preface for everybody watching, normally Smalls and I know each other's picks. Smalls gypped me this week. I have no idea anything that he's putting on the episode today, so any reaction from me towards his picks are 100% natural.
Yep, absolutely. I gotta keep you on your toes. I want to have genuine reactions for the season finale. So, all right, I don't even know where to start with this one, so go ahead.
To me, we've had a lot of funny jerseys on there, especially like, say, if you want to go back into the archive of when we did the minor league baseball jerseys, right? We've had tons of ones that crack me up, but I have never seen a cowboy showgirl table dancing uniform like what we have from the Caribous of Colorado. Not even the Colorado Caribous, the Caribous of Colorado, who were a soccer team back in the 70s out of Colorado. Okay, they have the collared jerseys. They have the fringe and frill shit just under the man tits here, with the like old school country western writing, and the tones of the jersey just making no sense to me. All gold with the gold fringe and the gold trim on the sleeves, and with the color of the numbers on the sleeves being different than the color of the numbers on the jersey, with it like being kind of in the pocket area on the front, but it being the same size, the logo right next to it, and then on the back the numbers kind of look like tilted, like they don't look even. This is like so funny that I'm like, dude, this is awesome, but I mean that sarcastically. Like, if you see something horrible happen, you're like, dude, that was awesome. Like, that's the reaction that I have to this table dancing showgirl western shit. Okay, and these were like dudes like wearing these, and to me, I feel like this could be paired with some Daisy Dukes and a belt buckle, and then be serving me drinks at some type of weird like western I don't know. I don't know. I
like
can't
an off-brand Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, but even worse, like a twist in the West. Like something like that. I could see this being like a gimmicky, like bull riding bar or something like that. And these are what the waitresses and waiters are wearing coming to serve me drinks. Like this is something that I genuinely like. We do a lot of research for the show, okay? And sometimes we find some things we never expected to find. And this was one of those things where I had to read about it because I was like, how, who, what, when, where, why, like who the fuck is responsible for something like this? And especially like for a soccer team, I'm like, can you imagine watching these people come out and they just start kickoff? Like we'd probably lose because I couldn't just stop standing there and staring at them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean, the first thought that popped into my head when I saw these was, why do they look like matadors? Like it looks like matador costumes, just short of like the shoulder things. Like, and then
yeah, they put the fringe on the chest instead of the shoulders.
And then to put another wild move, I don't know if you mentioned this, but they put the numbers on the sleeves, which was interesting.
With it being so close to where they put it on the chest, like I don't know, man. This is something just odd to me, but I was like, this is so funny. I'm not gonna pass this up, especially if we're gonna do an episode about anything goes. I'm gonna put some weird fringy soccer jersey shit from the 70s in there. To me, that is like the point of anything goes.
Oh yeah. No, this is wild. Was this like the same league as like the Cosmos? Like was it like the same thing, or is this like even lower division?
Lower. Like I can't remember exactly from what I read. I was just like focused on literally just the team itself, and like from what I understand, they didn't have a long tenure. Like I think they were around for like 4 or 5 years, but still, this is something that needs to go in the history books for craziest fucking jerseys, period.
Holy shit. All right. I'm so lost on, because you sent me these and I was going to ask you like what the fuck is going on here, and I'm even more confused now than when you first sent me these. Like I just like, why, who gave their stamp of approval?
No sense. And whoever did, I don't know. I imagine that's probably why they didn't last very long. They were like, look, if this person's in charge, we can't let them be coming around. And like, even just something as simple, like I said, of like, they weren't the Colorado Caribous. Like the way that their name was pronounced in the league was the Caribous of Colorado. Like that's how they were set. Like if we said the Steelers of Pittsburgh, like it's fucking stupid, And I loved everything about it because of how absolutely awful it was.
They almost look like what the color guard people would wear in a marching band.
Oh man, they I just like the sound of it. Yikes. I mean, do you think that they'd be the type to like twirl flags, or they were just the dancers? What do you think?
Definitely the baton twirlers for sure.
Yeah.
They didn't graduate the flags yet.
Ooh, with a cowboy hat with fringe around the rim of that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we just nailed it there.
Yep. All right. Let's go to my second one. 2018 Notre Dame. These are fucking horrendous. These are so bad. Like we always say, we don't just do good looks on here, we do bad. And Notre Dame has been known to come out with some pretty adventurous looks. Most of the time it doesn't work. This is a prime example of that. It was Notre Dame Syracuse back in 2018. They were playing at Yankee Stadium in kind of a one-off sort of special event game. And they decided to throw pinstripes on the sleeves and on the pants and on the helmet and pretty much wherever they could. This is the jersey embodiment of Drake. Kentucky, Yankees, like throw every bandwagon you can on a fucking jersey. This is it. Like pinstripes do not belong on fucking football uniforms. Period. If they were gonna commit to it, at least go all out and just do like all pinstripes. Now, that would have looked probably worse, but at least you can say that they committed to it. They just kind of half-assed this, and, like, I just...
It looks like they pulled, like they're wearing a baseball uniform that they then pulled another baseball jersey over that one with the sleeves and the pants. Like the jersey underneath has the sleeves that goes with the pants, and they just pulled a Kiski baseball jersey over top of this pin uniform, and then they were like, hey, let's actually go play football in it. Like, you were wearing two different baseball uniforms as a football team, and one of the most notable teams in the country. Whether they're good or not, they're one of the most recognizable programs in the country, and you're going to go out looking like a bunch of fudge striped jackasses out there. You're going to get a fucking sponsorship from EL Fudge, for fuck's sake. I mean, this is some of the craziest, most unnecessary shit I've ever seen, period.
This is bad. Yeah, like you said, the word is unnecessary. Like there are probably much better ways. I know that, like, pinstripes, that is like the Yankees thing, and I get that. But, like, you're not the New York Yankees. George Steinbrenner did not run Notre Dame football. The two do not go together. And, like, why do they... And they didn't even, like I said, they didn't even really commit to it. They just kind of threw some pinstripes on the pants and then on the sleeve, and then they really went for it and put it on the helmet inside of that gold circle right there.
I think if they didn't put the pinstripes on there, I actually would like the helmet. But I think it's just the pinstripes are fucking everything up. But granted, say we'll even take away the pinstripes from everything, it's still a god-awful uniform with the gray pants, sleeves on the blue and gold jerseys. Like, what the hell, dude? I mean, this is genuinely one of those times where I think, like, we would want to bring back those people in a room who approve that and be like, what the hell were you thinking? I mean, this is just, I don't know. I mean, Notre Dame in 2018, were they a threat at all that year? Were they good?
I don't think so. I think that might have been one of the years that they were down. I don't remember exactly.
Isn't 2018 when Ian Book took over, or was that 2019?
I think that was 2019. I could be wrong, though. I could be 100% wrong, though. But no.
Hey, where did Ian Book? He got drafted, didn't he? Isn't he with the Saints or something?
I know he got drafted. I don't know where, though.
5th or 6th round, but I think it might be. So, which, hey, if so, that is still wide open, because Jameis, I really don't know if he's even a real human being. I'll be honest, like, that is the wildest, unreal, alien-like football player I've seen in a long time. Mm-hmm. He is the craziest dude. And then also, Taysom Hill is, like, just a 50-year-old rusty Swiss Army knife. And who knows if Ian Book is in New Orleans, and again, this is off speculation because I really don't give two shits. But that, who knows, that job could be his for all we know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, Jameis, like, he's the definition of boom or bust, and he can be both at the same time because he's like the only member of the 30 for 30 club. 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions in the same year. That's fucking insane. But, like, I
mean, that's impressive and scary all at the same time. I'm like, yeah, dude threw 30 touchdowns. That's awesome, especially, in 16 games. That's averaging at least, you're at least throwing a touchdown in every game, and then 2 or 3 in some of those. So, I mean, that's impressive, but the 30 interceptions means you were also having that same number per game. Yeah. So that is, I mean, what a weird dude, like, what a weird athlete to evaluate, because it's like, there are some times where I'm like, wow, like, I think he could be really good. And then there's also sometimes where I'm like, how is he even a third string quarterback on an NFL team? Like, he is the most bipolar physical athlete I've ever seen.
Dude, you gotta eat those W's, man.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, that I need to talk to the chef and fire him. That is the worst shit of all time. Chef James, he needs taken offline. Okay, this is not good. 0-star Yelp review. Okay, I'm not even giving you the courtesy of half a star. Okay, Jameis, cook something else up. Hopefully you get it into that gumbo down there in New Orleans. But don't expect me to pick you up in fantasy this year. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I love that. The epitome of the show. Start off talking 2018 Notre Dame, end up talking about Jameis eating W's. So it's perfect. All right. Love this one. Ben, I'm going to let you take it away for your third pick.
Okay, so my Arena League football fans, all two of you on the planet. This is from 2002, the Portland Forest Dragons, one of my favorite names, period. This is the kid who grew up playing D&D's dream, that the Forest Dragons made their way into a football league. You have this Dungeons and Dragons type of character bullshit infiltrating the sports world. This was every nerd's dream come true, that some weird ancient creature made its way onto a football field. Okay, and I'll admit, the helmets are awesome with the dragon breathing on there and this weird teal and silver and black and white. Like they kind of have like a San Jose Sharks color scheme going on, which I do like, but also it is even more hilarious for the fact that they had a very short-lived time in the Arena Football League, and they were fucking dog shit. Like, it's not even like they made any noise while they were in there. Like, this is one of the funniest names I can think of. Like, what the hell is the difference between a forest dragon and a dragon? Like, these specifically and exclusively live in the forest, you know? Like, so can I change the term into people are like, oh, like, do you want to drink? And I'll be like, oh, does a forest dragon shit in the woods? You know, like, is that I can use from there on out? Because if not, I'm going to anyway. All right. It's just, this is what his birth to me. This was one of the ones that I didn't know of before I researched for the show. I had no idea that this existed. And I am so happy that I blessed myself with finding out that the Portland Forest Dragons were an actual organized sport football team in the Arena League. And now that I do know who they are, I'll never forget them.
So the Forest Dragons are... That's a great fucking name. And, so I feel like, Ben, when next season we got to do Arena League football. I think we missed that one for sure this year. So we
able. I think we were supposed to do it, and we were just put back. And I think we had a guest lined up for that. They couldn't end up coming. Well, I mean, that will definitely be there's a foreshadow for next season. We're going to have. So.
Yep. And then, so this was just like our group of friends back in school, but the phrase "does a bear shit in the woods," we would always just like, we would always mix the two. Is the Pope Catholic and does a bear shit in the woods, and just does the Pope shit in the woods? And Ben, have you ever seen this picture? It's this guy right here.
I don't know.
It's literally the Pope shitting in the woods. And just like in our group chats, instead of saying yes, we would just send this picture right here.
Hey, so what you're telling me is we need to get a picture of a dragon shitting in the woods, and then we'll start using that. Does a forest dragon shit in the woods? Like, there's some dude who has a level 7 orc barbarian that's like, yes, I do. So this is just this is the mom's basement liver's dream of, oh my god, there's a team called the Forest Dragons, and this just came to life. And you know what? I bet this made a lot of lonely people happy. So good for.
Yeah, no, I do kind of like the colors, though. I mean, like you said, San Jose Sharks, just that sort of vibe. Oh my god, the fucking Forest Dragons. Like, I just feel like Arena League. I'll get to one of my picks, but the Arena League football team names are just out of this. They're just bananas. They have some interesting names for sure.
Dude, I forgot. There's one that we'll have to discuss later that I am so mad I left off this list, but go ahead.
All right. Ben, I don't think you're ready for this one.
I'm probably not.
All right, so I'm gonna, before we go into this one.
Okay.
I had to come up with something weird off the wall, because that's what the show is all about. We're all about those weird rare jerseys, logos, sports, whatever you want to call it. I was doing a little bit of research.
Yeah.
And I came across a sport.
Wait, a sport like you're saying like this? Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna interrupt you. Just keep going.
Okay, so my third pick. Third pick.
Oh no! I see the.
So I'm going with the 2018 Lithuanian wife carrying team. 2-time world champ. All right. So
Could you imagine? You see a guy charging in the minivan. He's your neighbor with his wife on your back. Like, hey, Carl, how you doing? We're trading. You know? Oh my god!
So apparently, over in Finland, this is like a big deal. Like they hold the world championships every year over in Finland. The wife
world championship for wife carrying. I can't. Oh my god!
So
there's gonna be a championship for doing taxes underwater next. I mean, there is like, this is some of the most absurd shit I've ever seen. Oh my god!
All it is the guy carries his wife on his back through like a Spartan race type like obstacle course, and she just has to stay on his back the entire time by any means necessary.
Okay, so they can move position. She just can't touch.
I think.
Okay, yeah. Because I'm like the blood rushing to her head. Yeah. There's way, yeah. And I mean, hey, good for this guy. He looks fucking yoked.
Yeah, dude.
I just like the sound.
Yeah, nuts to me. I mean, like, but I feel like this would have to lead to a lot of like domestic abuse cases, right? Like, I mean, like,
I don't know,
like running like you are too slow and just or something like that. Like, I feel like this could. Maybe this is where Ray Rice has been.
Well, I was actually going to say the opposite. I feel like if anything, this is like healthy for couples to go do, because I mean, you get all your anger out. Like, you deal with your issues on the course.
I could see this leading to a lot of weight jokes.
Okay. So hold on.
You're a weak man,
hold
like
on.
that.
Hold on. So the prizes for this is where it gets good. So the winner every year, they get a certain amount of money that is equivalent to 5 times the wife's height. So that means that in reality, the taller your wife that you're carrying, the bigger the payoff.
Just like the sound.
Huh.
And just as an added perk, I'm sure it's a ceremonial thing, you get a beer that is equivalent to your wife's weight.
So wait, like in ounces? So
I'm
like
sure it's like they probably use kilograms, so like kilograms to milliliters or something along those lines.
Now,
yeah.
If it's like say we're doing this in America, and say my 130 pounds, so I get 130 ounce beer. That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah. No, it's something. There's some sort of conversion that they do, but in reality, though, the bigger that your wife is, so it obviously there's like a give and take where the smaller the woman, the faster you can go. But are you really going to get that much out of it if she's tiny? So like.
See, I'm not married, so I'm not going to be in this game for. Oh, that is another question though. Can it just be a couple thing, or do you have to show like a marriage license?
I don't know.
Is that?
That's a good question. No, that's a really good question.
I'm really getting into this because, like, I think I'm not married yet, but this might force me to pop the question early. I think I'm going to have Autumn start training, so that I'll just start carrying her everywhere. Literally everywhere. and just start training so that I can get my beer. We can get our money. Granted, she's very short. So I'm just going to tell her to eat a ridiculous amount. And then I'll just, even though I have the brittle bones of a 72-year-old retiree amputee, I think that the motivation would drive me. And to me, how cool it would be to come home and be like, yeah, dude, I'm the world wife carrying champion. Okay,
Right.
That's honestly, Smalls, we got to look into this. Season 2, we might have to put out a training video.
Yeah.
Okay. With the missus.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe see what we can muster up for our a TFTB. This is a challenge to everybody. By next season, make sure you and your significant others are ready. We are going to be doing a wife carrying competition. Deke bucket.
Yeah, and shout out to the Lithuanians, 2-time back-to-back world champs,
I
baby.
just like the sound of it.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? Hey, what's your economy like? We don't care. Back-to-back world champions. That is what I'm fucking seeing right now.
Well, what's crazy too? What I just noticed is the wife is holding on to her own legs.
Oh my God! Oh yeah, she's.
I just
awesome.
noticed that. That's awesome.
We gotta figure out ways to watch this.
Yeah.
Where this shit's at.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, wait, touch on the uniform real quick. It kind of looks like a Neosporin label.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it looks like a dollar store track uniform that you get. There's nothing crazy about it, This guy looks yoked though. I will say that.
Waiting his whole life for this.
Yeah, dude.
Waiting his whole wife for this.
Just.
I just like the sound.
Oh, goddamn. Okay. Ooh. The wife carrying. Yeah, so that's the wife carriers are my my third pick. Benny, what you got?
Awesome. Okay, hey, this is why we love minor league sports, right, Smalls?
Mm-hmm.
We got 2019 Orlando Solar Bears. They're a Tampa Bay Lightning affiliate, okay? Color scheme, a lot like the Phoenix Suns, which is probably why I'm drawn to it. I love the purple, white, and orange, okay? But the logo is just badass. You got a polar bear with sunglasses on, holding the hockey stick with the sun drop behind it. I mean, this puts any Coca-Cola ad to shame. All right, these dudes are just cool as shit. Not very good from what I've heard, but if they're feeding at least singular guys into that Tampa Bay Lightning team, back-to-back Stanley Cup champs, they're obviously doing something right. But the Solar Bears, dude, this is a jersey that I would definitely want, I think, for sure. And what a cool-ass name to play on words from polar bears to Solar Bears, them being the Sunshine State and everything. The irony, the sarcasm, the hilarity, and the style of it all makes me love this shit. And this is just the epitome of us being obsessed with minor league sports.
Yeah. No, the logo.
You don't get this there.
No, the logo's awesome. Just the polar bear looking cool as fuck with his hockey stick just around up on his shoulders.
Yeah, just chilling, bro.
Jay chilling, baby. This guy, the Coca-Cola bear can take a seat because this guy came in. Dude, you can't compete with the Solar Bear, bro. I don't think I've ever heard of these guys, but I might go off and buy a Solar Bear jersey, man.
Yeah, hey, this is on my list now of you need to acquire.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I might go on a minor league jersey spree here soon because
they're in the MLB. I like baseball jerseys. I like the way they fit on me and everything. That's probably my to wear is a baseball jersey. And so there's so many of those, but I also love hockey jerseys, and this is one that's a must have, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Especially if they stay in it. I'm planning to go to Orlando, I think, in the next year or two. If I can show up with one of these, I feel like I honestly feel like I would maybe be looked at as a town hero. Like, I feel like I would be lifted up and crowd surfed and paraded and cheered. Hooray! Like, me showing up is someone who doesn't live in Orlando wearing a Solar Bears jersey. I mean, it's not just for the notoriety, but I think that's part of it. And these are sick, dude. Like, I think that it's funny, but it's still cool enough that I'm like, I'm not just wearing it for the gimmick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah, move over fucking Mickey Mouse. Benny Buckets is coming down with the Solar Bear jersey and taking over the town of Orlando.
Hey, Mickey Mouse, let's step outside, okay? And I'm going to have this Solar Bear whoop your ass.
And that's the thing. These are just rare enough. Like, I'm just thinking, like, if I saw someone wearing this out at, like, a bar or, like, a party or something, I would go out of my way and just say, what is that? You know?
Yeah. Have to ask, you have to approach. That's a must approach. Like, Smalls, I think I told you before, back when I was in Virginia in April and I saw Rocky Mountain Vibes hat on, I had to go up to him and be like, dude, we just did this on our show.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that is amazing. I can't believe you have that hat from a minor league baseball team in Colorado and we're in Virginia right now. Mm-hmm. And the dude was super cool about it, but it's like, those are those ones that they're so rare and they're so awesome that you have to approach those people.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. All right. So, Ben, I think this was probably the pick that you were going to go with. Going 2014, Northern Kentucky River Monsters. Home of, R.I.P., home of Jared Lorenzen, a.k.a. the Hefty Lefty. This guy was fucking electric. He won a Super Bowl with the Giants. He
As a backup.
He also played for the Colts at one point, and he was just electric to watch because you look at this guy, you're like, there's no way this guy's a fucking quarterback. But he could sling it, man. He could sling it.
No joke, had a really tight snap on the ball. Like, that, all jokes aside, like, I think, like, out of all the positions I pay attention to in football, I like to be a student of most sports, but, like, especially the quarterback position. And I know that he's like, it's funny, like, oh my God, look at that offensive lineman playing quarterback. But, like, dude actually had a pretty nice snap on the ball, and he didn't pan out so much in the NFL. But when he went to the Arena League, dude balled out. And not to mention, he was a legend at Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he was.
Football program, like, he is regarded there as one of their best products. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, RIP to an absolute legend, defying gravity, logic, traditionality. I mean, like this dude defied everybody's expectations of what a quarterback was supposed to be, and still did pretty damn well.
Yep, he broke the mold. Obviously, not like traditionally the NFL quarterback is still looks the same as it did before this guy, but like he kind of made people like. You look at him and it was impressive. It wasn't like, sure, you could maybe say that it was like funny, but like it was actually impressive the way that this guy could move, and the fact that he basically said, no, I'm not going to be an offensive lineman, I'm a quarterback, and he stuck to it. And like there's something to be said about that too. And the River Monsters, I mean, that's a typical Arena League name. I mean, I don't think that they have Gators up in Northern Kentucky. I don't think that they really go up that far, but you know, who knows?
They're not Gator Smalls. They're just River Monsters. They're
okay. All right.
Hey, for all we know, Jared Lorenzen could be an actual river monster, and they just caught him, and they were like, "Hey, we're going to name our team after this hillbilly beast that we just yanked out of the river."
Yep.
Okay.
Guy was a monster, though.
First, probably caught Jared Lorenzen. Yep. Just saying.
Yeah. Actually, rest in peace, though. I think he definitely had some issues with his health. You know, towards the end. Definitely sad to see, you know, actually, rest in peace, you know, not making fun of him at this point.
No joke. He's something that I would love to have a conversation with. Yep. That if he was still alive and we had the pull, you know, to schedule, people who have actually had fame in their lives, I would love to be able to have a sit-down conversation with him about his entire career. He that I genuinely was like I like that type of shit. Like, that's why I like John Daly as a golfer, because he's wild and looks different and acts different, but he's still good at what he does. And that's, I compared Lorenzen into that same group of guys who, they don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about what tradition says or what these people have to say. Like, I'm going to do it my way and I'm going to stick to that. And that's, I love that type of attitude about it. And from anyone that was ever his teammate or had any type of relationship with him, always said, like, he's the life of the party. He was the most personable, nice guy you could meet. He was hilarious. Like, he just seems like somebody that was a good time to be around. So genuine RIP to
Yep. All right, so Ben, let's go to your last pick. What you got?
Listen, I don't know who did this, okay? But if you're watching, I just want you to know that you have stole the hearts of Smalls and I, okay? This is one of the most well thought out, hilarious, yet also clean hockey jerseys I have ever seen, let alone it is from a beer league, okay? I don't know what the team was. This was just listed under beer league hockey jerseys, okay? And I don't know if you people are from Pittsburgh or not. This is poetry in thread, okay? I kind of oddly like the weird soft Easter yellow and blues that they have going on. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I do dig it. And you have Phil the Thrill, the Sniper Kessel, riding a hot dog, holding the Stanley Cup, is one of my favorite things I've ever seen. We have mentioned this season at least 5 to 10 times Phil Kessel, okay? We're big fans of the show, still desperately trying to get Phil on the show. Phil is a Pittsburgh legend, was basically cast out from Toronto with all those worthless fucks up there in that silly country, and came down to Pittsburgh and won back-to-back cups with us and told them all to shove it while he's throating a Nathan's Beef Frank hot dog, okay? Which is funny, though, because he just said that he liked hot dogs in an interview once, and people immediately made him the hot dog guy. Like, it was like, he literally just said, yeah, I like hot dogs. And they cast that shadow over him as the hot dog guy. Phil Kessel, rodeo style, riding a hot dog while baby arming the Stanley Cup on this beautiful odd color match jersey is a beer league jersey, is amazing to me. I don't even need to know what your name is. I just want to see the Phil Kessel hot dog riders win every goddamn beer league game they can. And I know that they are going over to their benches and they are drinking beers out of little plastic Stanley Cup replicas, because that's just the type of guys I imagine these people are. This is one of my favorite finds in show history. I fucking love this.
I want this. Like, I actually want this. I want to find these guys and say, do you have are any of you guys willing to sell your jersey? Because I want this.
I'll play. I'll join.
Yeah.
I'll get right on the ice with you. I don't give a shit. Whatever I got to do to get me one of these, I would do.
Dude, yeah, and it plays on all of it. Like, this Phil Kessel, by all counts, was a fun guy. He is a Stanley Cup champion, which that's one of my favorite things to say ever. Phil Kessel was a Stanley Cup champion. And the hot dog thing, it's incredible. It precedes the legend of Phil Kessel, even though he, like, so I read into it the one time. I don't even think he said it in an interview. I think they interviewed the one hot dog stand guy outside of the Maple Leafs arena, and he said that Phil was his best customer. And Phil didn't even really eat hot dogs.
Well, and it was, so I think what happened was, too, like, once he got to Pittsburgh, is so Gino, Evgeny Malkin had said something about it, and they confronted Phil, right? And Phil was like, yeah, I like hot dogs. like just like that. Like, they brought up the Toronto story because Gino said something about it. And then they asked Phil, and just casually he was like, yeah, I like hot dogs. And they just fucking took that and ran with it. And this is why though, like Phil is literally just like an average American dude. Like he likes the shit we like. He loves to play hockey and he's fucking good at it. Just because he doesn't look like your typical grade A athlete doesn't mean he's not. This guy is one of my inspirations in life. Phil Kessel, we love you. Season 2 is coming up. So we obviously know you're watching. You got to get in touch with us so we can bring you on and we'll have a hell of a time. Okay. Yep. We'll send you some francs, whatever we got to do. All right. But this to me, the ingenuity, right, of these guys and the thought to put this together, the artistry is just chef's kisses.
Dude, yeah, this is incredible. This is obviously not like a professional jersey, but I don't give a shit. Like, I love Phil Kessel so much that I don't even care that this is just a beer league jersey. In fact, that might make it better, in my opinion. You know?
And what a classic Phil thing to do. Like, I could even see him being like, yeah, I run this beer league team. like he's their coach or something. You know what I mean? Like, I could see him being that guy. Be like, yeah, in my spare time, I manage a beer league with a cartoon of me riding a hot dog.
Dude, Phil, come on the show, man. Come on the show.
Hey, we're begging Philly.
All right. Last pick. Yep. Last pick of the season. 1976 Chicago White Sox.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. So, I had to throw this one in there because this is so off the wall weird that I just had to. The shorts, an all-time fit. The shorts on a baseball diamond doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever because this just seems like a ton of cuts and bruises and all that. It doesn't make any sense. But the Chicago White Sox decided to go off the beaten path back in 76, and they wanted to make sure that their players were comfortable on the diamond in the middle of summer, and they went with a look that I think everyone in baseball remembers. No one's ever done this. No one's done this since. But this is so unique. So just nothing has ever been done like this. They challenged everything. They challenged all the traditions of baseball with this. The colors are absurd on these jerseys. Absurd. Like, it looks like Honus Wagner decided to put on some basketball shorts and go, cross someone up down at the local Y. Like,
because of the collar, their chests have a widow's peak.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell is going on? They to me, I love the shorts. Logically, it doesn't make any sense for baseball. This is one of the few sports that shorts shouldn't be worn. But I think it's hilarious. They I just like the sound. Feet to hips, they look like they're in a soccer. Actually, the whole thing kind of looks soccer-esque. I'll be honest. Like to a point. Like I could see this being more of a soccer fit than a baseball fit. But the fact that I know that it's a baseball fit is even funnier to me. But like, is it weird that I kind of don't hate it? Like, it's obviously absurd and it's silly, but like, I kind of don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. I don't. Apparently, I was reading up on it. The players didn't hate it. They got a lot of shit for it. Apparently, there were a lot of other teams that were chirping them when they were playing them against these guys, and I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But, like, apparently the players didn't mind it outside of that because they were like, yeah, we're just comfortable. We're wearing shorts. Like, we're fucking comfortable. Like, it's like, like you're not gonna show up to your beer league softball game in baseball pants. You're gonna wear shorts. Why? Because it's comfortable. Now, those guys aren't professional athletes, but at the same time, I'm sure professional athletes also like to feel comfortable. So, I don't know, man. I had to throw it in there.
Well, let's put the Pirates in tuxedos. Let's do that.
I mean, or just circus clown outfits, because that's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, or just, I mean, like, like poop scoop bags for dogs, because that's essentially what we are. We are just things that carry dog shit.
Yep. Yep.
And I went and I saw a game last Sunday. Okay. Autumn and I went and caught a game. I love PNC Park, and I love the players that play for the Pirates, but holy fuck, does every time I go give me complete clarity as to Bob Nutting not giving a shit about the city of Pittsburgh. He is just, making it an absolute catastrophe between prices and the quality of players that we have. The players are great guys, but we get rid of anything that matters. So it's absurd to me. The only good thing is a pierogi race. All right. And actually, during the pierogi race, I stood up and shouted, "This is why I'm here!" And seriously, that's what I did. And I had a lot of people rallying around me for that, because they're like, "Me too." Yeah, we need to put the Pirates in tuxedos. Bottom line.
Yep. Yeah. Well, Ben, have you ever seen Did you ever watch Seinfeld?
Yes.
Okay. You ever see the episode where George Costanza proposes that the Yankees wear cotton uniforms and they end up drinking? Yeah, this is just the living embodiment of that, I think.
It is. It is. George proud.
Oh man. All right. But yeah, had to throw the shorts in there for the final pick of season 1.
So this is a beautiful way to send us off.
Mm-hmm. Well, Benny, it's been a pleasure, man. It's a great way to end it, I think. I'm glad that we were able to do this.
Have a tap to tip, so I had to go there.
Yep. Hey guys, I'm gonna put these back on real quick. All right, so appreciate you guys coming along for this ride this year. The vault is in no way disappearing or coming back. Probably December, January timeframe. In the meantime, though, go back and watch everything else that we put out. Go subscribe to the YouTube page. Go like us on Facebook. Just go watch us and go support the show. Tell other people about it. Tell a friend. And just thanks for coming along with us. Thanks for watching this whole year. So, Ben, anything else?
We have fun with this every week, okay? And we're going to keep doing it because it's fun, right? And there are some of you that we know are dedicated fans, and we would appreciate just over the time, we now have an entire archive of episodes and clips and things you can go back and get you excited for the following season, and make sure that we're spreading the love. We're getting that word out there so that we can come into season 2 with even more people to impress, and it'll give you more people to talk about this too, because I promise we got some great things coming, but we would not be where we were if we were without our followers and without our fans, people watching the show and giving us inspiration to keep going, giving us topics, giving us tips and ideas and things that you like, things that you didn't like. We need that feedback, especially going into season 2. We have some bigger guests coming along. We have some crazier topics coming on. We got a lot of things in the works. Like Small said, by no means is this over, but a lot of that is in part to the support we've received from all of you. So on behalf of the team here at the Vault, we can't thank you enough, and we look forward to seeing you again here in season 2, baby.
Yes, sir. Couldn't have said it better myself. Guys, this has been the Vault. Wrapping up season 1, the show where we take a look back at some of the best and worst jerseys in sports. Benny Buckets, it's been a pleasure, my man.
Love you, brother. Cheers.